Hello there guys, and welcome to this Explain 11 video. We are currently situated at Maastricht Airport in the Netherlands, Echo Hotel Bravo Kilo. Today we're going to be doing a full flight aboard the Zibo Boeing 737-800 to Schiphol. A little bit of information about our flight today. As you can see, we are experiencing medium precipitation here at Maastricht. We are going to be cruising at 18,000 feet. And we're carrying about 11,000 pounds of fuel. So without further ado, let's get to it. Alright, let's go ahead and get things set up here. The first thing we want to do is the fuel. And we don't want anything in the center tank. We need about 11,000 pounds of fuel. So 5 and 5. Done. Apply. Alright, and let's go ahead and now begin with the power up. So the first thing, standby power is on, battery on, emergency lights, after left fuel pump is on, and let's go ahead and start the APU. By the way, I'm using a modded textures for this version of the Zibo, and I'll provide you with a link to everything in the description section as usual. Okay, EGT is rising now. 18,000 feet is our final cruising altitude today for our flight. And the APU is now available. Let's go to the RS and set them to nav mode. Nav mode. Right, yaw damper can go on. And let's see here. Right, everything here looks good to me. And non-smoking signs. Fasten seatbelt signs are on. Window heat can go on. And everything else here is okay. Recirc fans are on. Left pack is on auto, isolation valve is open, right pack is off, APU bleed is on, and our flight altitude today is 18,000 feet. Done, and position light on steady. Alright, let's go ahead and program the FMC. Position initialization, we are at Echo Hotel Bravo Kilo. Route, and we're heading to Schiphol, Echo Hotel, Alpha Mike. And let's see here. Departures. Today we're going to be departing the Leno 3 Alpha, according to our plan. Leno 3 Alpha, yep. And runway 3. Activate and execute. Let's go to the routes page now. Second page, okay. So we are going to take Lima 607 airway and exit at Gillam. Lima 607, exit at Gillam. And then we're gonna, let's see here. Oh, that's just, alright, so we'll fly direct to Bub. And we're going to fly Yankee 28 to Helen. No, we're going to just go ahead and fly direct to Helen. This will be the first one. And then it's actually our star into Schiphol. Alright, so let's execute that. Let's go to the arrival. And it's the Hella 1 Alpha, which is this one here, and ILS 06 through the river transition, and execute. Let's take a look at our legs page. No discos, and let's check our plan real quick. Plan, and step. Looking good. Ooh, what is that? Okay. So this is the river transition. Okay, so this is fine, but then this is where it gets really ugly. Okay. We can deal with that. We'll go ahead and go to delete. We're going to delete this one here. We're going to delete this one as well. And let's see here. You know what? I'm going to delete that one here. And I'm going to delete this one as well. Alright, and we're going to take this one here, execute. Okay. Much better. Yep, that gives us a nice approach into Schiphol without all the funny stuff we saw. So let's switch this back to map now. Right, and we're going to decrease the range to about 10 nautical miles. Alright, let's go to performance initialization and the zero fuel, 45.2. Reserves, we'll just say 1. Cost index 25. Cruise altitude is 18,000 feet. Execute that. And one limit. We'll derate here. And takeoff. Flaps 5. And center of gravity 6.2 for our trim today. That is set. V1. We rotate. And V2 131. 131. Flight director can go on. And everything else here looks okay to me. Alright, let's grab the altimeter real quick. No, we don't need that. Alright, so the altimeter 2974. Right, 2974. And now, I think we are ready to call the pushback truck. Everything is okay, so let's go ahead and do that. I think that's fine.
Ground to cockpit, plan acknowledged. Call me through the menu when you are ready.
Alright, and let's go ahead and call the pushback truck. Start push.
Ground to cockpit, tow is driving up.
Set the parking brake. We'll turn on the fuel pumps. And for engine start, we'll turn off the pack. Anti-collision light is on. And the pushback truck is now driving up.
Okay, all doors and hatches are closed. Ready to connect. Tow connected and bypass pin inserted. Release parking brake.
Alright, let's release the parking brake.
Starting pushback, and you may start engines.
Alright, so we have our clearance now to start our engines. So we're going to start with the engine number 2. And TCAS 2000 for an IFR flight. Set to TARA. Right, we can start engine number 2. And we're going to wait for engine number 2 to stabilize before starting engine number 1. Okay, engine number 2 is stable. Oops. Engine number 1.
Operation complete. Go ahead and set the parking brake.
Alright, parking brake is set.
Disconnecting tow. Stand by.
And we're going to wait for the engine number 1 to stabilize now. Alright, so the engine number 2 is now, the engine number 1 is now stable as well, so we can turn on the generators. And let's see here. Engine can go to continuous for departure. And let's see here. Probe heat can go on. Hydraulics can go on. Left and right pack to auto. Isolation valve to auto. Engine bleeds can go on.
Tow is disconnected and bypass pin has been removed. Hand signal on the right. We'll see you next time and have a safe flight.
Right, APU bleed is off. And let's see, logo on. Wings and wheel lights are all on. And APU can now be turned off. Taxi lights on. Runway turn off lights are on. And we are pretty much ready to go. We need to set our auto brake to rejected takeoff and set our flaps. So flaps 5 for departure. Okay, I think we're ready to go. We're going to arm the auto throttle, release the parking brake, and just give it a little bit of power, and let's go. Okay, we're going to taxi through runway 23 to runway 03. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to turn on the lights. And we're going to turn on the strobes. We are coming up now to our turn to line up with runway 03. Right, we are now ready for takeoff. Everything looks good. Let's go. Toga.
E1 rotate.
Rotate. Gears going up. Begin retracting the flaps. And VNAV.
1000.
Flaps going up. LNAV. Engage the autopilot. And the flaps are now retracted. Not sure why we still have flaps in transit. Oh, there we go. And we're climbing now to, I believe we have a restriction, 6,000 feet. So we're gonna level off at 6,000, transition altitude. Our reference set to standard. 250 knots is the speed that we're going to maintain below 10,000 feet. And as you can see now, we have reached the first restriction at 6,000 feet, and we're going to maintain 6,000 until we reach Leno, at which point we are going to begin the climb to 18,000 feet. And as you can see, we have now cleared the restriction, so the aircraft has started climbing to 18,000 feet. The engine selectors are now on auto, and we can momentarily turn off the landing lights once we reach 10,000 feet. All's looking good. Alright, we are approaching 10,000 feet now. We can turn off our landing lights. And as you can see now, we can... the FMC speed is now climbing as well. Ooh. Some turbulence there. Some very heavy turbulence here. Hopefully we'll clear that. I am, by the way, using X Enviro for weather in this video with modded clouds, so those clouds are not the default clouds. Wow, that turbulence is really violent. Right, looks like we cleared the turbulent area out of about 15,000 feet, so we're looking good now. There we go. We are leveling off now at 18,000 feet, and our speed is climbing to about 300 knots. Yeah, that's about right. So, a lot of you guys have been asking me if I am going to be doing a giveaway anytime soon, and the answer to that is yes. I will be doing a very special and exciting giveaway at the 20k sub milestone. I'm going to be including some hardware this time around, but I will leave the details as a surprise in the giveaway video itself. And I'm also going to be introducing P3D items in the upcoming giveaway. So we're going to have 3 categories, or 3 giveaways if you will, at the same time. One is going to be for the hardware, one for X-Plane, and one for P3D. I really want to thank you guys in a special way for all the support that you provided me with during the past 3 years. It's been a wonderful journey. I never really thought that I would actually get that many subscribers. So I think a special thanks for a very special audience here at the Q8 Pilot channel. Another item I want to share with you guys is, I know there are people who are interested in flight simulation in Arabic. So if you're an Arab speaker and you're interested in flight simulation in Arabic, a very good friend of mine, Mr. Shakir Al-Hashlan, has a very nice YouTube channel in Arabic. He is really a gentleman who has a lot of knowledge about aviation in general, and he's running a what appears to be a very promising aviation channel or YouTube channel on flight simulation. So I highly recommend that you give him a visit, a few likes and subscribes, and I will be providing the link to his channel in the description section of the video. Alright folks, we are now at 18,000 feet, which is our final cruising altitude, so I'm going to let you guys sit back and relax, maybe have a cup of coffee and a few cookies, and I will see you right before our top descent. Enjoy the flight. Welcome back guys. According to my calculation, we need to begin the descent actually before the top descent mark that was calculated by the FMC. So we need about 48 nautical miles to descend to 2,000, which is the restriction before our approach, or the platform altitude. So we need to actually begin the descent very soon. Let's see here, 29, 39, 44, 54, yeah, so somewhere in here after 24 nautical miles. So as soon as we hit Helen, I think we should begin our descent. So what I'm going to do is, let's go ahead and go to the approach reference, and we're going to set our frequencies to 10.55. Set that as the active. Do the same thing here. 10.55. Set it as the active frequency. And our course is 58, which is already set on both sides. And we need to set our speed. So our approach speed, we're going to do flaps 30 today for our approach. And we're going to do 128 plus 5 for wind correction. That would be 133 knots. Right. 133 knots is set. And everything looks good now for our approach. So what I'm going to do now is, let's see, we are 18. So that's 34, 54, about 60. Okay, so we still have some time. So as soon as we clear Helen, I think we need to begin the descent into Schiphol. All's looking good at the moment. And I'm going to go ahead now and reset the MCP altitude to 2,000 feet, which is our platform altitude. Right, 2,000. Everything else is looking pretty good. Alright, so we've begun our turn now, and this is our top of descent point, but I'm going to go ahead and begin the descent now, and we're going to do so at 1,000 feet per minute. And I'm going to go ahead now and reduce the speed to 270 knots. Right, let's check our speeds here. 22 nautical miles. We need to be at 10,000 at river. And that means that we need to increase our rate of descent. I'm going to increase it to 1,400 feet per minute. Alright, at this point I'm going to go ahead and reduce the speed to 185 knots. So it looks like the localizer is active. What we can do is we can go to 150 knots, 53, and we'll go to flaps 5. Right, let's arm the speed brake. 133 is our approach speed, and platform altitude is 2,000 feet. Everything is looking good for our approach. And I'm going to go ahead and engage the approach button now. Alright, and at this point we're going to go to flaps 10 and gear down. Three is our approach speed. Flaps 15. Flaps 25. And flaps 30. 1,000 feet to go. And what I'm going to do at this point is I'm going to disengage the autopilot. And auto throttle is off.
Approaching 06.
Bit of a long landing, but it's alright. Reversers are out. 8 knots. And welcome to Schiphol.
Will be taxiing for the next few minutes, so please remain seated with your seatbelt fastened and all items stowed until the seatbelt sign is turned off. Please make sure you have all your personal belongings before you exit the aircraft, and be careful when opening the overhead compartment. You're now free to use your mobile phones and small lightweight devices.
Well guys, this brings us to the conclusion of our video today. Hope that you have enjoyed this video as much as I enjoyed making it for you. Until next time, please take care of yourselves and each other, and I will see you all very soon. Thanks for watching, and bye-bye for now.